Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I am Everardo Resendiz, known around here as Coach Ever. I am a certified executive and business coach here in Action Coach in Northwest Louisiana. Today, I have Clarence West Jr. with Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions. Today, we're going to be talking about his business, the journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it really is like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. And so, Clarence, welcome and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Could you share a brief overview of Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions and of your background? Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. Born and raised in LaPlace, Louisiana, Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions was founded in 2020. I actually got into the business back in 2016. So I did it a few years before actually branching out, creating an LLC, doing it. Our business offers tax preparation, credit repair, business loans, business formation services, accounting and payroll services, to name a few. We are a year-round office, so we do not close. Our hours stay the same, and our goal is to be the go-to one-stop shop for financial services in the community.
Excellent. And so, set the stage for the viewers. What does your current ownership structure look like? I mean, in other words, are you the sole owner, founder, or are there any outside investors into it?
Yeah, so I'm the sole owner of the business. There aren't currently any outside investors or partners at this time. However, we are in the process of doing something to create a partnership program to allow franchising and stuff. So we'll be posting more information about that fairly soon on our social media pages, and we're definitely excited to be able to offer that to those who are looking to get into the industry.
Love it, love it. And so, Clarence, tell us a little bit about the role that you're currently playing in the business.
So my role is the everything, Mr. Everything. So my day to day pretty much is directing the day to day operation of the office, right? So making sure that everything runs smoothly, making sure that my team is fully trained. We have enough staff in order to handle the load of clients that come through the offices daily, and really just being that person to hold everything together. And I don't do it alone. I do have a team. I have two managers. One's an operation manager, and I have a business manager. So they also assist in addition to our team of financial specialists.
Love it. And so, when you look at this role that you have, of course, as Mr. Everything, um, how much time do you, or how would you say the percentage is of the time that you spend working into the things that need to happen in the business and on the things that need to happen for the business, like strategy planning, all that?
Yeah, so I would definitely say during the tax season, between December and May, 12 to 14 hours days. Off season, which is June to November, I would say about 6 to 8 hours daily.
So during tax season, it's all in the business, basically.
Oh yes, all hands in, all hands on deck. It's
Mm.
nonstop, and like I said, that's 12 to 14 hours is a minimum. Because I mean, there are days where, because our office opens at 9, we close at 6. There are days, especially like this current tax season, where we've had to extend operations because the load has just been that much. Because our goal is to help every person that walks through that door. So if that means extending operations, staying open later than we have to get it done. I don't want to turn anybody away. And that's the purpose of having a fully functioning team who's capable, who's trained to handle the load of the clients that come in.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's move on to what makes your business so special. Who primarily does your business serve? If I were in the audience, how would I know I'm a good fit for you and your services?
Pretty much, we're here for everybody. We offer a wide range of services. whether it's tax preparation, credit repair. If you're looking to start a business, we have business formation services. Once you've started your business, you've been in it for a while, we offer business loans as well as a few other services, accounting and payroll. So, really, our goal is to help anybody who's in need looking for a trusted tax preparation office who have a fully trained team in place to assist.
All right. And are your services regional? I mean, are you only focused on your area in South Louisiana, or do you have customers all over the country?
So we have customers everywhere. The good thing about doing tax preparation is that it's not just a Louisiana thing. We can actually service all 50 states. We do have a full setup in place to not only service in office, but we also have virtual appointments available where our clients who may not be able to come into the office, they can actually upload documents through our secure portal. Our office would then get notified of that, and we can begin working on their preparation services. And we utilize platforms like Google Meets and Zoom to host our virtual interviews.
Excellent. Excellent. And so, what makes Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions unique? Why do people choose you rather than any other organization that offers similar services?
I would say what makes Infinity Taxes is tax unique is the fact that we don't just crunch numbers. Our goal is to we care about our long-term success for our clients. We want to make sure that our clients, we're hands-on with them and we walk them through the why, the how, and not just the what. So that is what makes us stand out, because I don't want to just help you with your credit. I want to actually educate you. I want to actually, I don't want you to just ask me, oh, why my tax refund isn't as big this year. I'm not that tax preparer that's going to say, oh, what, this year you didn't earn as much money, or this year you didn't get as much tax things. Like, no, it goes beyond that, because I believe that when people understand the why, the how, and the what, you get more buy-in when you keep your clients in a loop of everything that's going on, and you really and truly making sure that they understand the full process of everything.
That is so needed. I can think of, you know, dozens of instances in my career where I have seen, you know, people are very fearful of approaching their tax professionals, right? Their CPAs, whoever is working on the outsource side, because they don't want to look stupid,
Right.
right? They don't want to seem like they don't know what they're doing, and so it's a shame because there's a lot of information to be garnered from talking to people like you. There's data that they can use to make decisions, right? And there's too many mistakes made because of that inability to communicate. So I applaud you for that. That's excellent. It truly means that you have reached that level of connection with people that you're able to teach, not just provide a service for them.
Yes, sir.
So it's building other people. Love it, love it, love it. So, what is one thing that you wish more people knew about Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions?
I would say the one thing that I wish people knew about our business is the fact that we are, tax preparation, the services that we are is year round. There's a year round opportunity. It's not just seasonal work. There's opportunity beyond the season. And if you know how to pivot and offer other resources, you can really and truly be very successful in this business. And I think that is also one of the things that also sets us apart is being a year-round office, because a lot of the tax offices, for one, they don't offer as many services as we do, right? A lot of tax offices that I know locally only offer tax preparation services, and they may be only open December to May, June at the latest, they're closed, right?
Right.
And some offices don't even have off season hours, where meaning after the season from like June to December, they have certain hours in. Some offices are actually just fully closed. So our clients and community have the ability to reach us all year round. You can walk into our office and we're available, and I think that gives people a sense of ease knowing that they can always just walk in. I don't it doesn't matter if I did your tax return back in January. We're in June. You could still walk in my office and I'll be available or my team will be available to assist.
Excellent, excellent. So this leads me to marketing, right? Which is something that is vital to every business out there, and often an area that business people struggle with. Okay, so I'm always curious about how businesses are attracting new customers, right? Is there like a initiatives that we take, seasonal opportunities, or is there a plan in place and there's a budget for it? How do you go about putting that together?
All right. So as far as marketing, we have a few different things. So I would consider us as a family office. So a lot of the times, a lot of the clients that we have is really large families and businesses. So we may have the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, the in-laws. Like we have large families who file with us because our clients are satisfied with the services that we provide to where every single tax season, really and truly, while we market to new clients, we don't have to because my team does a phenomenal job to where every year our current clients always referring us additional people because they're just that satisfied with the quality of service that we provide. So while we do market to new clients, we do offer all kind of different promos that may be affordable because again, we're a for-profit organization, but we're not looking to get rich off of our clients, right? So we offer promotions and things to really be able to still allow the job to get done, but it'll also be affordable for our clients to afford, right? So that's another way we get people because tax preparation can get very expensive. So the fact that we offer, low cost tax filings and whatnot, people are really interested in that. Another thing we use is social media. We try as very hard as we can to constantly push out information on social media. We go out throughout the year and pass out flyers into the local communities to let people know that we're available. And not only that, we are always giving back. So, like this year alone, and last year we did adopt a family for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We have our football season kickoff raffle that we're getting ready to do. I know currently we're in the process of doing our back to school backpack giveaways. So we're always giving back. And really and truly, with giving back, it allows our business. The goal with giving back isn't to get new clients. The goal is to let people know that we're here in the community. But through doing that, we've been blessed and fortunate enough to really be able to meet and gain a lot of good clientele through doing that.
Love it, love it, love it. Excellent. And so we spent a bunch of time focused on the business and sharing some of those best practices that you have. But you did mention that you had a program where you did some free preparation of tax returns for people who are behind on taxes, which I would say that's unfortunately very common, right? And
Yes.
so once you've missed a year of taxes, it's very hard to get back on track on your own. You need that hand, somebody to pull you. And so you offer that. And you did mention that you got very good response from that.
Yes. So our goal, each tax season at the beginning of the year, personally and for business, I do like a one word and a focus of the year. So this particular year, our focus was making sure that we get our clients in compliance with their tax filings. That was our focus. So every client that came through the door, we was asking and making sure that they actually filed prior years because we have so many clients that did not. A lot of times they're only focused on the current filing to
Mhm.
where they get so, you know, the prior years get kind of like lost, right? So our goal was, like I said, to make sure that they get current. So we did offer free tax preparation services, and oh my God, when I tell you that, that was an amazing event because you have so many people who was reaching out, whether it was coming into the office, whether it was virtual. looking for that service, right? To where this upcoming tax season, we're actually going to be partnering with the IRS to offer the VITA program. And that's also going to offer free tax preparation services. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's something that we usually offer towards the very end of the tax season to try and capture as many people as possible. But because of the response of that we've gotten this year, definitely as we move forward into the upcoming tax season, we will be looking to maybe do it at least once a month between the months of January and May.
Right. You want to do it early in the season, huh?
Oh yeah.
Very good. And so, I want to take a step back and dive a little bit into the journey, right? So, you did start with this work back in 2016. You said at some point you decided you wanted to do it on your own. Why did you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to choosing to work for someone else? What was that transition
S-
like?
So actually, I started doing tax preparation for myself, and then I got into it. And I was like, I really like this. I found a passion educating people, and you know why I got into financial services because I realized I seen a gap in how underserved communities were being left behind when it came to financial education. So I got into it because I'm like, oh my God, there's a need. Like a lot of people don't, and really it started with like my family. A lot of people didn't really know about tax preparation or wasn't filing taxes. And it was one of those things that really and truly, when I got into it, I really liked it. I started out as an individual doing it. I had no plan back in 2016 on having a business. I promise you. Because I actually liked it, and being a business owner, it comes with a lot that back in 2016 I wasn't ready for, and I believe that when 2020 came, it was my season. I was in a place in life to where, God had me on a path to where I was ready. It was the perfect time for it. So in 2020, I decided to branch out and start Infinity Tax, and it has really and truly been a blessing ever since.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so in the journey of building a business, right? I'm sure you found some roadblocks or hurdles, right? Which one is the most memorable one for you? Something that really got you to think, oh, why did I get into this in the first place?
Yeah. So for me, it would be staffing. Um, back in 2016 when I started out, right, I was solo, just me. I was my own employee, right? When I decided to step out and start my LLC in 2020, it required me because by between 2016 and 2020, I hadn't already had over 300 clients by myself. So by the time I started Infinity Tax, it really required me, and honestly, I was drowning trying to handle over 300 clients a tax season. So I needed to hire people. But what I've learned and the hurdle that I've had to overcome was really and truly staffing. Um, when I first started out, I really and truly struggled hiring the right people. And I had to learn that a big team doesn't equal a productive team, right? So it's not about the numbers, it's about alignment and quality. And I've had to learn that. So, and recently I was on the call and I had a few folks laughing and we were talking about staffing. And I told them, I said, if I could reflect back to 2016, a piece of advice that I would give myself that I've learned now back then would be to I would rather have a team of two people who could run than a team of 10 people that I had to constantly drag. And I've learned being in the business and prior to getting into entrepreneurship, I was in management. So, and as much as people talk about, how jobs don't want to hire people, it really goes both ways, right? Because I've had people where I've paid them as much as I can. I mean, top notch dollar, right? And I've created a culture. I've created an environment where really and truly, it's an environment where I want people to come feel comfortable at work, love the environment that they're working in, and even with providing that. it's still not enough. So I say that to say, to those who are out there who say, jobs, it's not always the job. Sometimes it is the candidates. So for me, I've had to learn that, along the way. I've had to learn that. So nowadays, when I hire, I look for people with attitude. We hire for attitude and we train for skill. We look for people with heart, hustle, and a willingness to learn. And we're very big on mentorship. So therefore, we need people who are coachable.
Love it. Love it. And so this has had an impact on you as a business owner, right? On your growth.
Oh yes.
What would you say that impact is?
I would say the impact on growth really and truly has been just finding the right candidate. I mean, that is really and truly everything. In order to have a successful company that continues to grow, you have to have people that's aligned with your vision, right? People that really and truly have a passion for what they do. Because I'm gonna be honest, and one of the things I love to do is bring integrity back into the tax business, because you have so many people who are out here scamming people, just doing it because it's quick money, it's fast money. You really have to have a heart for it. You have to love what you do, and you have to be willing to take that extra step and be able to know, right? So, one of the things that before I started hiring people, there's not a role that I have that I can step foot in my office at any given moment and I can be the tax preparer. I can be the credit specialist. I can be the, loan originator. I can be the broker because I've served in all of the capacities. So I would just tell any, entrepreneur out there to really learn the business, because it's beyond just making revenue. In order to grow and have a sustainable business, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to have people in place who are trained and qualified to do the job.
Love it. Okay. So let's look at what comes next, right? So where do you see this business going in the next 3 to 5 years?
Ooh, in the next 3 to 5 years, I definitely see the business growing. We're definitely looking to expand in other areas. Our goal is to offer mobile tax preparation through our mobile tax unit bus, and through that, it would be to pretty much pull up at local businesses and offer on-site tax preparation services. And in addition to that, offering franchise opportunities for those who are looking to get into the business. They will have the option to either open up a brick and mortar storefront or even do it virtually, because since COVID, that's like the way to go, right?
That's right. That's right. Hey, you did mention that some of your people were working remotely now.
Yes, so my staff actually, the vast majority of my staff actually only work in the office December to May. May 31st was their last day. A lot of them are now working from home still. We're still available to offer services, and I only have myself and one person working in the office, which is my senior financial specialist. So we're the only two working in the office, but we pretty much still getting the job done because it's considered off season. We're not getting as much flow coming into the office as we did back in January, but we still have to make sure that we're up and running and the doors are open for clients to still come in and have access to us.
And so do they come back for the fall season?
So yes, my team actually comes back into the office in November. So they come back in November. The tax season actually starts for us in December. In December is when we officially get ready and start gearing up to start the season for January.
Love it. Okay. Very good. And so, we have certainly covered a lot of ground in this conversation. And for those people who are watching, I highly encourage you to save these and come back a few times for additional watch. There's a lot of great nuggets here that you may want to even cut and save for yourself because, there's wisdom in all these. As we begin to wrap up, I have a few rapid fire questions, Clarence. So, quick top of head answers for each, okay? What is the
Okay.
key to success for you?
Consistency and intention.
What is one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Start where you are with what you have.
I love that. So, what is one book that you're reading right now or you have read that has made a big difference and you think people should get no matter what?
I actually have a book on my desk right now that I'm in the process of reading, and it's actually The Success Principles by Jack
Yes.
Canfield. And this book is pretty much discussing how to get from where you are to where you want to be.
Love it, love it, love it. So, if you had to choose only one area of your business that you could immediately improve tomorrow, what will that be?
I would say automated systems to reduce some of the manual tasks that we have and improving client experience. That is always something that's on our radar to try and better client experience. As much as we strive to be the best, there's always an area of opportunity, and there's always something that we're out there looking for to be even better to assist our clients.
That in itself is inspiring, Clarence. Because I mean, um, you're always going to have um, people who will come your way and seeking your services are the right kind of people, and they won't be happy,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we stop. It means that we take that and we use that to the next iteration and the next iteration, and it makes us better every time. So, before we get to the final question of the day, Clarence, how can other people learn more about you and your company? How can they get in touch with you?
Yes, they can contact our office at 504-383-0405, or they can find us on Instagram, Infinity Tax and Financial. They can find us on Facebook, Infinity Tax and Financial Solutions. And we can also be reached by email info@infinitytaxla.org or by our website, infinitytaxla.org.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So, final question of the day. What do you find is most inspiring for you today?
What I find that's most inspiring for me today is really and truly seeing people take control of their finances, breaking generational cycles, being able to help people come into the business who are living paycheck to paycheck and really game plan and lay out a plan to become financially free. That is what inspires me in the business.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all these. Thank you to the audience for watching and sharing. You never know who you might be inspiring by having them listen to this interview or watch it. But without further ado, I thank you again and make it a great day. We'll see you next time.